Chapter 3: The Temple of Cinders. The wind howled through the mountain crevice as the three of you stood before the craggy vent, an ancient scar cut into the rock face like a wound left to fester. Heat pulsed upward in waves, and the stones beneath your boots throbbed faintly, as if the mountain itself had a heartbeat. This was no natural formation. Something below was alive. You ducked into the vent first, your soul-forged weapon humming softly in your grip. Behind you, Thorn crouched low, eyes narrowed as his ghost cloak shimmered with every ember flicker. Nisara said nothing, her red and purple cloak whispering as she followed, staff glowing faintly at the tip. The silence between you all now was heavy, not with tension, but anticipation. The vent opened into a vast chamber, the ceiling lost in shadow. At its heart stood a towering obsidian gate, veined with glowing orange lines like magma trap beneath glass. 4 sigils hovered around its frame: ember, smoke, ash, bone, each cold and dim. Beneath your feet, an old inscription lit up in response to your weapon's presence. Words, once sealed, now revealed. The soul must walk the path of fire to open the way. Speak to the spirits, carry the remains, draw forth the breath, and leave not untouched the ember's heart. Thorn gave a low whistle. So, puzzle first, then certain death. Classic. Nisara pointed to 4 smaller alcoves branching from the room. The seals. One in each direction, no doubt. This temple's built on layers of ritual. We'll need to activate them all. You step forward, the air thick with heat and soul residue, and choose the first path. Ash seal, the urn of dust. You guide the party toward the leftmost passage. The air grows cool here, the mountain's furnace traded for a dry, suffocating stillness. The stone beneath your boots fades from obsidian to pale grey, dusted with centuries of soot. At the end of the hall lies a circular chamber, its center dominated by a cracked urn resting atop a black pedestal. Ash pours endlessly from its mouth, forming a basin below. Murals on the walls depict mourners in solemn procession, scattering ash over open pyres, their faces contorted in grief and reverence. Thorn kneels, studying worn etchings at the urn's base. It's not a trap. It's a rite, ritual of remembrance. We're meant to relive loss. Nisara brushes ash from the wall, revealing a faded inscription: to awaken the ash, carry what was left behind. Walk the circle. Speak no lie. Leave unbroken what grief once shaped. 3 bowls sit before the pedestal, each carved from black clay and labeled in old script. Friend, foe, and self. Each emits a faint psychic pressure, whispers of memory, emotion, regret. You ask, which grief do we carry? Nisara answers first. Mine. She lifts the self bowl without hesitation, eyes hard. I owe them truth. She steps into the ash ring encircling the urn and begins the ritual walk. With each step, ash rises from the floor and coils around her legs, whispering memories not her own. Shadows shift across the chamber walls, glimpses of battles, funerals, and flame-torn villages. Halfway through the circuit, her breath hitches. A spectral figure rises in front of her, made of ash and glowing coal. It's her sister, not a flame wraith, but whole, alive, confused. Nisara, the spirit asks. You left me. Nisara falters. I tried to save you. I tried another way. I thought I could trick death. The ash spirit tilts its head. You let me burn. Nisara drops to one knee. I carry that fire every day. I never stopped walking with it. Silence. Then the spirit nods once, no anger, only understanding, and dissolves into a swirl of silver ash that flows back into the urn. The urn glows briefly, then goes still. A slow tremor rolls through the room. One of the obsidian gate sigils, ash, ignites with pale light. The ash seal is complete. Ember seal, heart of flame. The next passage radiates oppressive heat, not just warmth, but a crushing, primal fire that seeps into your bones. As you press forward, the hallway opens into a vast furnace chamber. Magma pulses beneath a grated floor, and a floating pillar of fire blazes at the center of the room, suspended between two spiked obelisks. 6 floating stones orbit the fire, each carved with a single rune. Joy, rage, fear, hope, grief, and pride. Beneath the fire, the inscription reads, "The flame burns all that is false. Feed it truth, or be consumed." Thorn eyes the stones warily. Pick wrong, and it'll burn through your soul. Nisara closes her eyes. Each of us must choose. The flame needs 3 truths to open. You exchange glances. One by one, each of you steps forward to offer a truth. Thorn is first. He snatches pride. Not ego, he mutters. Survival. I've lied, stolen, cheated, because I had to be smarter, faster. Proud of staying alive, even if it meant losing pieces of myself. He tosses the stone into the flame. It flares blood red, then cools to a steady orange. Nisara chooses grief. Her hand trembles as she lifts the rune. I used to believe guiding spirits brought peace. Now I know grief doesn't fade, it just changes shape. She casts the stone into the blaze. A wail echoes from the fire before it dims. You choose hope, not out of naivety, but stubbornness. I lost everything. My order. My name. But if I believed it was truly over, I wouldn't still be standing. You cast the stone into the fire. It turns golden white, then explodes outward with a roar. The flame collapses inward, compressing into a single ember that floats upward and vanishes into the second sigil on the gate. The ember seal is complete. But the chamber doesn't quiet. The molten grates beneath your feet begin to shake, an aftershock. You call, "Move!" The 3 of you bolt toward the exit as the floor cracks behind you, tongues of fire licking at your heels. A gout of flame erupts where the fire pillar once floated, chasing you through the corridor. You dive through the collapsing archway just as it seals shut. Breathless, Thorn groans, "No more fire puzzles. Ever." Nisara smirks. 2 seals remain. Try not to burn down the temple before we're done.